Well, welcome to tonight's virtual office hours. We're going to go over a little bit about fair entry. We're going to go over the fair book a little bit and then talk about how you would decide which project area you would enter a project, or the youth that are participating in your club, where they would enter a project. So you all should have received this email stating that fair entry is officially open. So I am going to share a different screen, fair entry. Here. Megan, are you seeing fair entry? Awesome. So in the email that you all received, there was a link directly to fair entry, which is this website. And there are 3 different ways that you may need to sign into fair entry. If you are exhibiting as a 4-H'er, you will click this sign in with 4-H Online and sign in with the same information that you use to sign in to 4-H Online. And from there, you will be able to select the different project areas that you'll be entering. If you have animals ID'd in 4-H Online, which you should if you're planning to show at the fair, they should also auto-populate because they do pull from that unless you are showing chickens or cabbie, right? They won't be in there yet. If you are planning to show for 4-H and FFA, well, let's back up to just FFA. If you're planning to show for FFA and you have exhibited in the past, you will sign in here using your email and password that you've already used. If you are showing for FFA and you are new to showing for FFA, you will need to create an account. If you are showing for 4-H and FFA in different classes, departments, you will have to go into 4-H Online, sign in with your 4-H Online way, as well as your FFA way, and register for those classes in your the separate accounts. If you have questions about that, let us know. It can be a little bit confusing. And while we're on this page, I will just let you know the deadline to register is July 1st. And if you do not get that in, which I highly recommend getting it in, there is a $50 per day per participant late fee that will be assessed. And if you register prior to July 1, then you'll be able to pay online with a credit card. But if you have to register late, then you would be unable to, and you will have to come into our Polk County Extension office to provide us a check made payable to the Polk County Fair. And the t-shirts, everybody will get a t-shirt that is exhibiting, and you can pick it up either at booth setup on July 16th or at the exhibit building during Judging Day or the livestock office on July 18th. And just as a reminder that the sizes are first come, first serve because they are already ordered. And it doesn't matter what you put in fair entry, that size is not guaranteed. We will be mailing exhibit tags again because we thought that was really handy last year, something positive to come out of the pandemic, if that's possible. So we will be mailing those again directly to you, which is why it's important to make sure that you have a good description on the projects that you're entering into fair entry. If for some reason you need to make a change, just let Marcy, myself, or Megan know as soon as possible so we can get that updated and either remailed out to you or we can have it available on exhibit building day. And if you have very last minute things, we will also have a printer there so you can give us an update and we can get a new tag printed. If you are showing animals, YQCA is required to be completed. Any questions about this fair entry? Okay. Then I wanted, I guess I could have stayed on that screen share, to show you all the fair website, which is polkcountyfairoiowa.com, and make sure you put Iowa because otherwise it will take you to a Florida fair, if I am not mistaken. So on the fair website, you can find the schedule, which is all up to date. And last year we were going to do a newly updated schedule, which extends the fair a couple of days. But then we had the pandemic fair, which was very, very different from our usual fairs. So this will be the first year that we do the fair with this schedule. So I highly recommend, if you are a Polk County Fair goer, that you go every year, that you relook at the schedule and make sure you figure out which days you need to take off of work and when you will be at the fair. One of the biggest differences is that we are having the exhibit building judging day on a Saturday, so we're hoping to see even more families come through. And then that is also when the barbecue and the coronation will take place. If you have questions about the schedule, definitely let us know, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And then you will be able to find the fair book. It's split out into all the different departments. So I'm just going to take us right to the 4-H exhibit building department. And Marcy always does a good job at highlighting things that are changed. So if you are familiar with different project areas, definitely pay attention to the highlighted things because some things are new. And then the last thing that we wanted to touch on was how you decide where to enter a specific project, when it can be kind of confusing based off of the description for these project areas. And if you come to us and ask, we will always ask you, what is the goal of the project? What was the goal for learning? And then based off of the goal, you can kind of determine where that should fit the best. Megan, do you have anything to add about that?
I don't think I have anything. It's just based off of, so if you wanted to learn how to sew in a zipper, that's going to put you somewhere different than if you wanted to learn how to put together a set of clothing. So if you wanted to learn how to style an outfit versus sew a zipper into a dress, those are totally different things, even though they're working with maybe the same materials. So that is why the goal is important.
Yes, thank you. And that is what we have planned to cover, but we are also happy to answer any questions. We do have an FAQ sheet. Is that on this website, Megan?
Yeah, if you click on home and then click here for Polk County Fair FAQ.
Yes, so we have been having some frequently asked questions the past couple of years. So this is a good, and you all got to see where it came from too. So if you don't want to sit here and look at this, then you know where to find it on our Polk County Fair website. But if you have a question before it's asked, you could run here and look to see if it's on here. We talked about when entries are due. They do have to be submitted by July 1st at 11:59 p.m. But that also requires that the payment, if you're not paying online, is already in our office. So if you're planning to pay online, then you have until this time, although I do recommend getting it in earlier. But if you do want to pay with cash or check in our office, then you would need to submit it prior to July 1 at 11:59 p.m. The Polk County Fair will be held down at the Iowa State Fairgrounds, where it always is. T-shirts are provided, sponsored by DZ Auto. We will not be working out of trailers. And last year was a show and go for our animal exhibits. And we did receive the question of whether it will be show and go style shows this year, and it will not be. The animals will be required to stay at the fair. YQCA is required for sheep, swine, goat, rabbit, poultry, and cattle. And we covered this a little bit, but if your animals are being shown by through your FFA chapter, then they aren't going to show up in fair entry under 4-H. You need to sign in with your FFA or your email. You do not need to upload photos or documents into fair entry, but we do encourage them to be included in write-ups because judges appreciate that. And there will be a livestock auction, but there will not be swine sold, and that is due to processing issues and being able to find a buyer for that meat. Youth open class will take place, and ribbons and trophies will be awarded. The premiums are always determined at a later time, so we're not sure what the premium awards for that will be, but ribbons and trophies will be there. I can stop sharing. Do we have any questions? Yes, you must wear white, or you do have to wear white when you're exhibiting animals. In the exhibit building, it's a little, you don't have to wear white or 4-H, you just need to look appropriate, I guess, is the best way to say that. And the shirts that are provided for the fair will be white, so they can wear those shirts to exhibit animals. Any other questions?
Thank you for watching. For more information on Polk County 4-H programming, connect with us by email at polk4h@iastate.edu or by phone at 515-957-5760.